and we're making a lot of money with India. But we'll get to a deal, because I like your Prime Minister a lot. He's a good friend of mine.
US President Donald Trump has once again referred to Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a good friend, expressing confidence that the United States and India will soon conclude a long-anticipated trade agreement. Speaking to the reporters at the White House during a regular press briefing, Donald Trump said that he shares a strong personal rapport with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and believes that this relationship will play a significant role in helping both the countries finalize a mutually beneficial deal in the near future. Donald Trump said that ongoing trade negotiations between the two countries are progressing well and suggested that an agreement is close, and he acknowledged that India and the United States have had long-standing trade differences, particularly over tariffs, but argued that the situation is now shifting in favor of a more balanced arrangement. And according to him, India had for years imposed high tariffs on American goods while benefiting from easier access to the US market. But he claimed that the current direction of negotiations reflects a reversal of that imbalance, with the United States now gaining more from the trade relationship. His comments come just days after a US delegation completed a 4-day visit to India that is aimed at advancing discussions on an interim bilateral trade agreement. And the visit was part of ongoing negotiations between the two sides, which have been taking place over several months. Officials from both the countries have been engaged in detailed discussions covering a wide range of issues, including tariffs, trade facilitation, customs procedures, non-tariff barriers, and broader economic cooperation. And the current round of negotiations builds on an earlier understanding reached after a phone conversation between President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi in February. Following that call, both the sides had announced a framework for the first phase of the bilateral trade agreement. And that framework laid the foundation for discussions on tariff reductions and improved trade access for both the countries. And since then, multiple rounds of talks have been held in both Washington and New Delhi, with officials describing the discussions as constructive and focused on resolving remaining differences. Despite progress, the negotiations have faced several external challenges, and a recent ruling by the US Supreme Court affected certain tariff policies, leading to adjustments in Washington's trade approach. In addition, the US administration has been considering broader tariff measures, including proposals that is linked to concerns over forced labor in global supply chains. And all these developments have added complexity to ongoing discussions and could potentially impact multiple trading partners, including India. Even with these uncertainties, both the governments have continued to express optimism, as Indian officials have indicated that most issues in the agreement have already been resolved, with only minor technical details remaining. And Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has previously described these as small procedural matters, suggesting that the agreement is in its final stages. And on the American side, officials have also signaled progress, with expectations that an interim agreement could be announced soon if the remaining issues are resolved. US Ambassador to India Sergio Gore has similarly indicated that talks are nearing completion. And throughout his remarks, President Donald Trump emphasized the significance of the US-India relationships, not only in terms of trade but also broader economic and strategic ties. He also revisited earlier trade concerns, arguing that past policies created unfair conditions for American companies, citing examples such as high tariffs on products like motorcycles. Well, overall, both India and the United States appear to be moving closer to finalizing an interim trade agreement, with the leaders from both the sides expressing optimism that a deal could be reached soon, supported by continued high-level engagement and sustained diplomatic momentum. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.